Hello dear students, welcome to the YouTube channel of Konark Classes. Konark Classes का YouTube channel पे आपका स्वागत है. Today we are going to discuss a few questions on permutations together. So what is important is that you also do along with me. First I'll write one question, then I'll discuss the solution. You go through this solution, you just go through the way I'm explaining, okay, and then learn the concept so that you can solve the relevant problem which may come in future, okay, in your examination or entrance examination, board examination, and so. Okay, so I'll write the question from this from the note, and then I'll discuss the solution one by one. The first question I'm going to write it here, dear student, is that the question number 1. The question is, how many 4-digit numbers how many 4-digit numbers, 4-digit numbers can be formed by using the digits, using the digits 1 to 9, if repetition of digits, if repetition of digits is not allowed. Okay. Now let's start discuss the solution to this question. The question here is that, how many 4-digit numbers can be formed by using the digits 1 to 9 if repetition of the digits is not allowed. Now the way to proceed to this question is that, so how many distinct objects are there? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 distinct objects. Now out of these 9 distinct objects, how many digits I need to take? How many objects I need to take? That is 4. That means R is equal to 4. Now the point is the repetition not allowed. So that means the formula should be 9PR, correct? 9PR means 9P4 in this case. So this is equal to factorial 9 divided by factorial 9 minus 4. Let me explain. So just by looking into this statement that how many 4-digit numbers can be formed by using the digits 1 to 9 if repetition of digits is not allowed, that means that out of that 9 distinct objects we need to take 4 at a time and make a permute on them. So that number is that 9P4 as repetition not allowed, and that value becomes factorial 9 divided by factorial 5. So how to compute that one? So as factorial 5 is lesser than factorial 9, so we should proceed like this: 9 into 8 into 7 into 6, and after that we will make 5 factorial, because we know this thing, and so that this 5 factorial in the numerator would get cancelled with the 5 factorial in the denominator. So what are the value we are going to get? That is equal to 9 into 8 into 7 into 6, and that value I can take it from the note and just write it down just to save time to compute. So that is equal to 3024. Okay. So that is the answer to the first question. Now let's proceed to the second question. Okay. The second question to proceed, let me write it here. Okay. Second question, I am going to write it here, dear students. You also write along with me. Okay. The question is that how many numbers lying between 100 and 1000? How many numbers lying between 100 and 1000 can be formed with the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If repetition of the digits is not allowed, if repetition of the digits is not allowed. Okay, so let's look at it. The first, understand the question. How many numbers lying between 100 and 1000? That means it has to be a 3-digit number. That means what? It has to be a 3-digit number. Okay, and there is one constraint in this 3-digit number, that is the hundreds place. It cannot be 0. 0 cannot be there. Correct? It can be any number from 1 to 9. Correct, na? Okay, 1 to 5, sorry, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to 5, and this number can be 0 to 5, this can be 0 to 5. Okay, and repetition of the digits is not allowed. That is also a very important statement. So how to proceed? There are many ways we can proceed to this question, but the most efficient way is that, so let's find that, okay, we are filling these 3 digits, okay, with any of these 3. By taking any of these 6 digits. So that means there are n is equal to 6, there are 6 distinct objects. Out of that we are taking 3 distinct objects. That means r is equal to 3. Let me repeat. Out of the 6 distinct objects, that is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of these 6 distinct objects, we are taking 3 distinct objects and making the arrangements. How many ways we can do this thing? If repetition not allowed, it is 6p3. Now notice, with this arrangement, there will be digits 0 here, starting with 0. Correct or not? So we need to subtract those arrangements from this one where the numbers are starting with 0. So how to find that one? So that means, let's do in this way. Let's assume that we are going to find the numbers which are starting with 0. So those numbers we need to subtract from that. Understood, right? So minus this one. So how to find that one? The moment we fixed it with 0, then how many numbers left with in our new way of arrangement? N is equal to 5. Out of those 5 distinct objects, that is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of those 5 distinct objects, we need to take 2 distinct objects. That means in this case r is equal to 2. So it will be 5p2. That is the required number of numbers. So let me repeat once more. That question is that how many numbers lying between 100 and 1000? That means it is a 3-digit number. And repetition not allowed means all the digits has to be distinct. So first what we have done, that okay, let us consider how many ways we can make the arrangement if we take 3 distinct objects from the 6 distinct objects. How many ways? 6p3 when the repetition doesn't allow. Now in those arrangements, what happened is that there are some arrangements where the number starting with 0, that means the 100 place is 0. Those numbers you need to subtract from this number. But how to find those numbers where that 100 digit is 0? That let's fix with 0. Then how many digits are left with? 5. So n equal to 5. Out of those 5 distinct objects, we need to take 2 distinct objects. That is 5p2. So if we find the value of 6p3 minus 5p2, we get the required number of arrangements. And you know how to find the value of 6p3, right? 6p3 is equal to factorial 6 divided by factorial 3 minus 5p2 means factorial 5 divided by factorial 5 minus 2, that is factorial 3. So what we can take, dear students, here is that we can write that one thing too is clear, 1 by 3 factorial we can take common, and that 6 factorial we can write 6 into 5 factorial minus 5 factorial, correct? Now that 5 factorial we can take it out, okay? So what we are going to do is that, so we can take 5 factorial out, then what we are left with? We are left with 6 minus 1. We are left with 6 minus 1, and here we get 3 factorial. Okay, so what we are going to get it here then, that is equal to 5 into 4, okay, into 3 factorial into 6 minus 1 is 5 divided by 3 factorial, correct? 5 factorial, 6 minus 1 is 5 factorial. I am writing 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. Why? Because there is a 3 factorial in the denominator which will get cancelled. Okay, so required number what we are going to get is that 5 into 4 into 5, that is equal to 100, correct now? So we get the required, these are the required numbers, okay, 3 digit number between 100 to 1000, okay, made out of the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 where repetition doesn't allow. Okay, thank you very much.